Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Steffi's idea is shut down by Finn, Bill's concerns for Liam. According to Tuesday, January 21st spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Lee Finnegan forced Poppy Nozawa to admit that she had slept with Jack Finnegan and scream about constantly feeling ashamed of her sister. Lee made fun of Poppy being one lover of many after bringing up the events involving Jack and Sheila Sharp. Lee believed Poppy's claim since she was close to Jack and had been evasive about Luna Nozawa's father from the beginning. Lee summoned Jack, who was perplexed by some discussion about his dirty little secret. Jack bemoaned Lee's paranoia and felt sorry for Poppy once he discovered that she was suspecting him of having an affair with her. Lee resisted Jack and Poppy's attempts to persuade her to change her mind and insist on an admission of an affair. Lee lost it when she mentioned that Jack was Luna's father and demanded that he tell the truth. When Liam Spencer arrived to the Spencer estate on Tuesday's B&B episode, Luna fled and went into hiding. Because of all of Bill Spencer's security, the door was never locked, so Liam questioned him about it. Liam was also worried about Bill becoming a recluse and working from home much. Liam became even more skeptical when Bill tried to justify it by saying that he needed me time. Bill claimed to have everything under control, but Liam wasn't sure what he meant. Liam suspected this might be about Luna, but Bill was able to cover. John Finnegan assumed that Steffi Forrester's plot with Daphne Rose was connected to the news she gave him at the Cliff House about her return to Forrester Creations. Steffi reassured Finn that good would prevail against evil, but Finn believed it was better if he didn't know the specifics. After acknowledging that this was a good thing because her parents were now back together, Steffi pondered whether Finn's parents would also get back together. Finn believed that the ship had set sail for the romance between Lee and Jack. Finn thought that Jack had harmed Lee in the worst way conceivable with his Sheila deception, even though he detested the fact that his parents had separated. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Lee will soon receive the paternity results and learn whether Jack is Luna's father. Stay tuned for further predictions regarding the test results and updates on all the surprises that lie ahead. Liam vs. Bill, Jack's DNA test, and Finn's family disclosure. Here are the spoilers for Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. Fans can anticipate Jack Finnegan taking a paternity test in tomorrow's episode. John Finnegan gains insight into his parentage with the aid of Steffi Forrester Finnegan. Liam Spencer, meantime, implores Bill Spencer to tell the truth. Let's discuss what will happen in the upcoming episode of the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. Lee Finnegan's intercourse. According to Wednesday, January 22nd B&B teasers, Lee Finnegan analyzed the liver of Tom Starr and the DNA of Luna Nozawa. The two couldn't compete. Lee attempted to confront Penelope Poppy Nozawa about Jack's paternity for Luna. But Poppy refused to affirm or refute anything. B&B spoilers, the DNA test of Jack Finnegan. As a result, when Jack arrived at Lee's office, she demanded the truth. Lee inquires as to whether Jack fathered Luna while Poppy stays still in terror beside a bewildered Jack. Jack initially claims that Lee is not making sense. She seems much more irritated by that. Lee is likely to give Jack a DNA test on Wednesday's episode. Jack doesn't appear to recall ever having sex with Poppy. What if the results of that DNA test are positive? I can't help but wonder if Poppy's mints have any bearing on this plot. The magical mints haven't been discussed in a long time. Perhaps Poppy's giving them up made Jack forget that he had slept with her. John Finnegan's revelation about his family. Steffi and Finn will have a heart-to-heart, according to Wednesday, January 22nd spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. In the end, Steffi assists Finn in realizing something about his parents. Finn believes that the fact that Jack fathered a child with Sheila Carter Sharp is the worst thing that has ever happened to Lee. If Finn finds out that Jack is actually Luna's father, what will he say? What impact will that have on all parties concerned? Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025, spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Additionally, viewers may anticipate Liam confronting Bill in Wednesday's episode. Liam will insist on knowing the real reason for Bill's extensive work from home schedule. But Bill can't really explain why he's keeping Luna hidden in his house. How will the truth be revealed, and how will Bill justify his escape from this one? Jack gives in to the paternity test. According to Wednesday, January 22nd spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy Forrester will assist John Finnegan in discovering something unexpected about his parents. Finn believed that ship had sailed when Steffy made a suggestion that Jack and Lee Finnegan might get back together. But as Finn sorts out his conflicted emotions regarding Jack and Lee's divorce, he might see things differently. Maybe Steffy can help Finn see that there is still hope for him and make him determined to try to mend his parents' relationship. Steffy might support Finn and pretend that he would be the ideal guy to reunite Lee and Jack. Lee will continue to fume in her office, where Jack and Poppy Nozawa are refusing to acknowledge they had an affair, according to other B&B spoilers. Are Jack and Poppy fumbling to hide this long-kept secret, or are they speaking the truth? Regarding their allegations of not sleeping together, Jack and Poppy present a strong argument. On Wednesday's episode, Lee will continue to believe that Luna Nozawa is Jack and Poppy's love child, even if she may perhaps be mistaken. Jack will thus reportedly consent to provide Lee with proof that he is not Luna's biological father and submit to a paternity test. Even though Lee is certain that the results would confirm her suspicions, things can take a surprising turn later this week. Might it be that another man fathered Luna all those years ago, or might Finn be Luna's biological father instead? In any case, Jack might not be the paternity answer Lee is seeking, so we'll provide you with further DNA outcome projections. Bill Spencer will continue to refuse to talk to Liam Spencer about the true cause of his seclusion at the Spencer home. Liam should continue to be perplexed by Bill's actions since he doesn't want anyone to know about Luna's home imprisonment arrangements. Keep checking back for updates on when the Luna news will finally surface, as spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that Bill's secret must eventually come to light. As Luna found herself progressively surrounded by Liam Spencer's unrelenting quest for the truth, the pressure was evident. Luna could feel the walls closing in on her as Liam had been getting closer to learning her darkest secrets for weeks. Luna, who had formerly been calm and self-assured, now lived in a state of perpetual dread, planning every action to evade Liam's curious questions and prying gaze. Although she was aware that his resolve sprang from his desire to keep his family safe, Luna was afraid that if he discovered the entire scope of her lies, it would not only ruin her but also severely damage the delicate connection she had labored so hard to control and preserve. Liam's suspicions, however, increased daily. He had a gut feeling that there was much more to Luna's story than she was telling. His resolve to learn more was further strengthened by her evasive responses and abrupt disappearances. What was Luna concealing, and how did it relate to the complex web of Forrester family dynamics? Liam's mind was racing with all the possible answers. He was determined to find out why she was in their lives since he couldn't get rid of the notion that it was more planned than accidental. His natural curiosity took over, and with each new clue he discovered, he got closer to learning Luna's secrets. The stakes are extremely high for Luna. Her relationship with Jack Finnegan was a ticking time bomb that might blow everything up, and she knew it. She had gone to considerable measures to conceal her past, and her purported connections to the Finnegan family had been veiled in uncertainty and partial truths. Her life had already been rocked by the possibility that Jack was her biological father, but the mystery surrounding her parentage just made matters more complicated. In addition to destroying her reputation with the Forresters, Liam's discovery of the truth would bring her meticulously built world to an abrupt end. Lee Finnegan, meanwhile, was committed to finding the truth on her own. Lee, a mother who was highly protective, had become more dubious of Luna's intentions. Lee was doubting everything because of the current commotion surrounding Luna's claims regarding her ancestry. What connection did Luna have to their family? And why had she decided to come out now, when everything was so chaotic? Lee had a gut feeling that Luna wasn't telling the truth, and she rarely had bad intuition. Luna's determination to obtain answers was only strengthened by the uncertainty surrounding her relationship with Jack. Lee's only concern became getting a paternity test as soon as possible. She couldn't get rid of the thought that learning Luna's paternity would be a game-changer for everyone, not just her family. She didn't care who stood in her way, and her haste was evident. Finding the truth wasn't the only goal for Lee, she also wanted to shield her son Finn from the consequences of Luna's lies. Lee was resolved to protect Finn from any more heartache because he had already endured so much. She insisted that Jack respond to the paternity test findings and accept responsibility for whatever they showed. Luna grew more worried as she made every effort to stay away from Liam. Under the increasing strain, her customary charm and slyness appeared to waver. She was afraid Liam would be around every corner with another inquiry she was unable to respond to. In an attempt to keep out of Liam's sight, she started to withdraw, avoiding social events and even skipping job commitments. She knew she couldn't flee indefinitely, though, no matter how hard she tried to disguise it. Luna could sense the truth simmering just below the surface, and it had a way of coming to the top. The scenario was just as frightening for Jack. Lee's demand on a paternity test had made him face the idea that Luna might actually be his daughter, despite his best efforts to keep a certain distance from the drama. He was troubled by the concept. Why had Luna concealed the fact that she was his kid for so long? What was her ultimate goal if she wasn't? Jack struggled with these issues, caught between the prospect of atonement and his previous transgressions. He was aware that he would eventually have to face the reality, whatever it was. Liam was back at the Spencer mansion, still trying to solve the mystery. As he made connections that others had missed, his unrelenting search for the truth started to pay off. In his attempt to expose Luna, he combed through old documents, went over previous exchanges, and even solicited the aid of some odd allies. In addition to his mistrust of Luna, his resolve was strengthened by his wish to shield his family from more hardship. He was determined to find out Luna's genuine intentions since he couldn't get rid of the sensation that she posed a threat. The paternity test results were ultimately given to Lee as the tension neared a breaking point. Time seemed to stop as soon as she opened the envelope. As she read the results, her hands shook, the words confirming her long-held suspicions. In fact, Luna's biological father was Jack. Lee was left reeling from the shock of the revelation. She was aware that this would have a profound impact on Finn and the entire Forrester family, not just on her and Jack. As Lee got ready to tell Jack the truth, her rage boiled to the surface. The revelation was both a boon and a bane for Luna. It proved that she was related to the Finnegans, but it also meant that her carefully woven web of falsehoods was starting to fall apart. She was aware that she would have to deal with the fallout from her actions once the truth was known. How would she handle the aftermath, the question was. Would she be banished, her actual intentions exposed for everyone to see, or could she save her friendships with the Forresters and Spencers? When Lee presented Jack with the paternity test results, the situation reached a climax. Her voice trembled with a mixture of betrayal and resolve as she demanded answers, her fury evident. For his part, Jack was surprised by how strongly Lee felt. His mind was spinning with regrets and questions as he sought to comprehend the news. How could he have failed to see that Luna might be his daughter? What impact would this have on his interactions with Finn and Lee? Luna was at a crossroads as the confrontation progressed. The moment had come for her to confront the repercussions of her actions, and she could no longer run from the truth. She felt that her narrative was far from ended, though, even as she got ready to come clean. The revelation of her parentage was only the first step, and Luna was aware that there would be many obstacles and betrayals along the way. Ultimately, the question still stood, could Luna find atonement in the middle of the mayhem? Or will she ultimately fail because of her lies and secrets? One thing became evident as the dust settled, no matter how deeply buried the truth was, it always found a way to surface. And the ramifications of that reality would mold Luna, Lee, and Jack's lives in ways they could never have predicted. Caught between Hope Logan and Steffi Forrester in an apparently never-ending cycle of heartbreaking lows and euphoric highs, Liam Spencer had always been at the center of a tornado of love, loyalty, and grief. His romantic relationships with these two strong women had left him battered and exhausted throughout the years, but he had always held on to the promise of achieving enduring serenity. But in a startling turn of events that nobody anticipated, Liam has made the decision to change his story and leave the comfortable boundaries of his romantic triangle with Hope and Steffi. In addition to surprising both ladies, his decision to find a new romantic companion sent shockwaves across their close-knit social network. The choice wasn't made in a flash. After months of introspection, Liam had come to the conclusion that, despite their inherent beauty, his relationships with Hope and Steffi were too tainted by unresolved tension, sorrow, and history to provide him with the stability he so desperately needed. Hope had been his ray of hope, but Liam's faith had been completely shattered by her recent behavior and her developing relationship with Thomas Forrester. Although Steffi had always been the fiery antithesis of Hope's idealism, Liam felt alienated by her because of her complex family dynamics and her own unresolved feelings for Finn. Liam startled both ladies and himself by opening his heart to someone completely unexpected, even though they had expected him to keep circling between them. A newcomer to their lives, Daphne Rose, captivated Liam's attention with her grace, humor, and mystery in a way that neither Hope nor Steffi could have predicted. Daphne wasn't involved in the drama of the Spencer family or the mayhem of the Logans or Forresters. She offered Liam a fresh start and the opportunity to consider a relationship free from the burden of regrets and unanswered questions. When Hope Logan first learned of Liam and Daphne's developing romance, she reacted with a mixture of shock and jealousy. Hope had secretly believed that Liam would always have room in his heart for her, even as she worked to mend their relationship after her emotional betrayal with Thomas. That presumption was dispelled when Liam was seen laughing and having a private moment with Daphne. Hope's first instinct was to go up to Liam and ask him questions regarding his relationship with Daphne. But as the truth came to light, Hope struggled with a mixture of terror and regret. Liam might be genuinely moving on, and she might have lost him forever, she realized for the first time. Steffi was also caught off guard by the discovery. Despite their complex past, she had always thought that she and Liam had a special tie that could not be broken because of their shared experiences and the family they had built. A part of her had always thought Liam would be there, a continuous presence in her life, despite her decision to be with Finn. Finding out about Daphne made Steffi face her own repressed feelings for Liam, which she had suppressed in favor of her loyalty to Finn. Steffi's reaction was a mix of incredulity and rage. How could Liam, who had been so involved in her life, abruptly leave to be with someone so unfamiliar and new? Like everyone else, Liam was taken aback by the choice to pursue Daphne. What started out as light-hearted discussions about common interests had developed into something deeper. Daphne's outlook on life was novel. She made Liam reevaluate his way of thinking and gave him a sense of calm that he hadn't felt in years. Liam didn't feel the need to constantly defend his decisions or prove himself when he was with her. Instead, free of the burden of his past transgressions, he felt appreciated and seen for who he was. Their close-knit community's responses to Liam and Daphne's relationship going public were as strong as they were varied. Ever the defender of her daughter Hope, Brooke Logan expressed her dissatisfaction, casting doubt on Daphne's motives and charging her with taking advantage of Liam's weakness. Although at first uninterested, Ridge Forrester quickly became enmeshed in the drama when Steffi asked him for his opinion on how to proceed. Liam's father, Bill Spencer, also had views, but they were more motivated by interest in Daphne's past than by concern for his son's welfare. Thomas Forrester's response was the most unexpected. At first, Thomas, who had long been Liam's enemy, regarded Liam's new relationship as a chance to deepen his own connection with Hope. However, even Thomas was unable to ignore the sincere bond between Liam and Daphne as he watched them together. For the first time, Thomas realized that he should respect Liam's decision even if it meant making his own intentions for Hope more difficult. Daphne, on the other hand, responded to the examination with composure and elegance. She was aware that entering Liam's life would entail entering the pandemonium that encircled him, but she was not deterred. Daphne did not view Liam as a project to be fixed or a prize to be won, in contrast to Hope and Steffi. She was resolved to show him love and understanding because she believed he was a man who deserved both. There will undoubtedly be tense and confrontational moments as Liam and Daphne's friendship grew. Unable to control her emotions, Hope went straight to Daphne and accused her of controlling Liam and causing a rift with his family. Unfazed by Hope's tirade, Daphne composedly defended her relationship with Liam, stating that their bond was based on respect for one another and similar ideals rather than lies or manipulation. Steffi and Daphne were at odds as well. She cautioned Daphne to exercise caution during a heated debate, bringing up Liam's past and the difficulties of getting entangled in their complicated lives. Daphne, however, stood her ground and made it plain that she wasn't scared of the difficulties that lay ahead. Liam stayed true to his decision throughout the drama. He had a clear idea of what he wanted and who he wanted to be for the first time in years. He was prepared to start over, free from the constraints of others and his past mistakes, with Daphne by his side. Liam's newfound independence served as a wake-up call for Hope and Steffi. It made them re-evaluate their positions in his life and face their own decisions. One thing was certain: despite the uncertainty of the future, Liam's choice to accept a new love with Daphne was more than merely a romantic one. It was a statement of his will to end the cycles of the past and build a future according to his own rules. Ultimately, Liam's unanticipated romance with Daphne acted as a turning point for everyone in his immediate vicinity, not just for him. It revealed hidden emotions, upended long-standing dynamics, and paved the way for a new phase in their entwined lives. And although the road ahead would undoubtedly be full of obstacles and surprises, Liam was prepared to face them with Daphne at his side, resolved to create a life full of love, integrity, and optimism.